So today I've got something interesting, some flint from North Dakota that my stepbrother brought back with him. He was there on vacation for a bit. So this is some Knife River Flint, or chert. It's a nice, very fine, brown, clear chert. So here's a test flake that I took out of it. A very nice, fine material. Also, it's got some fossilized plant matter or wood or something in there running in the cortex on the outside, which that's kind of cool. But that's pretty common for this flint. So this piece is a sort of a lens shape, actually kind of like a bottom of a bottle. So it's got a concave bottom and a convex top. So how I'm going to work it is I'm going to start napping down at a high angle, so not driving flakes into it that'll hinge out underneath. So just driving down until I can get as much of the bottom cortex off as I can and have it nice and flat. And then I'm going to start working the top and see if I can maybe run some long flakes to thin it out. Hopefully there's not too much freeze cracking or just impact fractures from rolling around the river for a while. Yeah. Let's see what we can do. So there's some cracking running up top here. Hopefully that's a little localized and this middle section won't be too bad. But as you can see, starting to flatten it out and away from that concave bottom. So this is a much harder flint than I'm used to. So it's harder than Georgetown. And the cortex is also significantly harder. It's kind of a shale, not so much limestone like you get out here. Yeah, the cortex is like holding onto the flakes, so it's breaking off and not letting me remove it. Annoying, but not an issue. You really need to set up platforms on this. Got a lot of abrading. Seems to crush really easily. Well, there goes my abrader. Let's use that last piece. There we go. So that's interesting. It looks like this flint comes in like shale layers. So it looks like we've got a big chunk on the bottom with a bit of cortex still left, and the top is like layers of flint and then shale, flint and shale. So hopefully that won't be too bad. But it's got some nice translucency. You can really see through the edges, and I haven't even thinned it out that much. Should become a nice piece. Okay, well, I guess now I get 2 pieces. Set the little one aside for now. Oh. Looks like there was a little freeze crack in there. That's some rough material in this side. The other side is pretty nice though, so I'm gonna work on that. So work away at the rough material, leaving only the smooth, clean flint. There we go. So right now I'm just looking for high spots. So taking off the high spots and trying to thin this piece down, and once it's reasonably thin then I'll start looking into what kind of a shape I've got left and decide on a style of point. So that flake from up top just now, that cleaned it up pretty nicely. So something to also keep in mind is often when you're holding a piece and you're hitting into it, it helps to also abrade the back that's going into your hand. Otherwise you're sort of hitting a razor blade into your hand. It makes it a little bit harder to cut yourself, which I'm already unsuccessful. Just a little tip. Try moving to the smaller bopper, and these are both lead weighted copper boppers. So this flint definitely responds well to hard, confident strikes. Being timid doesn't get you very far on this stuff. So at this point, I think we're ready for pressure flaking. That'll help straighten it out a bit more. And the tip's still bent a bit. Yeah. Okay, looks like that's running again. So apparently my camera overheated. So yay for Texas. It is about, what was it earlier? I think it's 98, 99 degrees. So the minute there's a little bit of sun, then the camera is just a bit overheated. Anyway, back to it. So I think I'm going to turn this into a Lookingbill point. So they'll have U-shaped side notches with a random parallel flaking, which is what this one ended up as, and either a straight or concave base, and I think I'll go with a concave on this one. Yeah, let's do it. So this is definitely a much harder flint than I'm used to. The notches are fighting me today. Fortunately these aren't meant to be very deep, so should be okay. And there we go. The Lookingbill point is found primarily in the northern plains, which is Wyoming, Montana, North and South Dakota, and then up into Canada. These points are early to middle archaic and range from 6,900 to 7,200 years old.